Hey everybody, Jason here with Bow.Hollow, and today we're going to do a quick video on mirror replacement for your furniture flip images. So if you've ever taken a picture head on a mirror or a dresser with a mirror, you know that you're either going to end up in the photo or sometimes you just get something in the mirror that you just don't want. So this tutorial will help us replace that image with something that's a little bit more either pleasing or less distracting so that when you post your images for sale, they'll look a little bit cleaner. Okay, so let's get started. We'll open up our sample image, and I just have an image of a gentleman taking a picture of his dresser, and there he is right in the mirror. So what we want to do is we want to replace this image with something else so that it's not so distracting. So you'll notice over here on the layers level, here's our base image. What we're going to do is we're going to make a duplicate of the same image. So we right click on that and go up to duplicate image, and now we have a second one, and you'll notice that they're both turned on. This eye icon over here lets you know whether that layer is turned on and off. So if I uncheck those, both of them are hidden. I'll show the top layer, and this is the one we're going to work with. So let's rename that mirror, and then we will add what is called a layer mask to it, which basically allows you to erase portions of that image without destroying it. So if I take and work on the layer mask, and I go over and use a paintbrush with black and white as your colors. You have to have black and white to do this because white will paint things in and black will paint things out. So we go to the paintbrush, we go black, and if you notice, if I go into the mirror section and I start painting, it starts erasing. Now if I switch it back from black to white and I go in, it'll start painting it back. That's the beauty of layer masks. They allow you to add and remove things without destroying that image. Alright, so we want to paint out the mirror, but first we need to kind of make a mask, or we need to trace that out so that we're only working inside the mirror. Because if I do it right now and I go in and say I want to erase with the black, and I go outside the mirror, it's going to erase there as well. So I need to outline the mirror so that when I do this, I'm only taking the mirror and I'm not taking anything outside of that. So let's put that back real quick. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to go up to our tool menu up here. In the third option, you'll see this lasso, and that is your free selection tool. You want to make sure your add selection is on, and then what we're going to do is zoom in and just start tracing out that mirror. So let me start that real quick. I'll fast forward this because it's going to take me a minute, but we'll be right back. Now real quick here before I continue on with this, you'll notice in the reflection there is some dresser, and I think we want to keep that. So instead of tracing all around the bottom of the mirror, I'm just going to trace along the reflection so that we keep that in the mirror. Okay, and then as you get all the way around back to the beginning, you either click on the very first one to close the loop, or you can just hit enter. I'm in a curve, so I'm going to come around and add one more and then hit that. And then hit enter, and you've got your selection. So we'll zoom out, and you'll see that our mirror is now selected minus the part on the bottom of the drawer or the dresser, so we can still show the top and the reflection. So now we go back to our paintbrush, change it to black to erase. I'm just going to size up this brush so I can do bigger swatches. And you'll now notice that the only thing that is erased is what I have inside the selection. Alright, so now we get that all erased, and you'll notice over here our layer mask is white out here, which is showing, and it's black on the inside, which is what has been erased. So that shows your layer mask. All we have to do is add something into the background, and I'll show you a couple of different options here. First thing we can do, and the most obvious, is to just get another image that would look good as the background and open that as a layer. So we'll take a mirror image and open that up. Now I'm probably going to, I need to unselect my selection there, so I'll select none. I'm probably going to need to scale this down because it's very large. So I have to zoom that out, scale it down somewhere in that range. And then I will move that over into the image, and you'll notice now that we zoom in, it's in the wrong position. It's the very top. So I need to put it behind. So I drag it down below my image that I had the layer mask on, and there you have it. It's probably still a little big, so we'll scale it again. Maybe something like that. That looks a little better. And then maybe throw it up like that. So it's kind of centered in the mirror. Looks like you planned it. And then the angle is right. So there's your first option. The next thing we can do is just add a new layer by going down to the bottom and hit create new layer. Give it a name, call it mirror back or whatever you want to call it. Make sure it's down below your layer mask. And then what we can do is go over to what's called a gradient tool. Make sure you have your black and white. And what that's going to do is when you add it to that layer, it's going to go from a dark color to a light color, this color to this color, or back and forth depending on which way you go. So black and white is good. So you just drag it on there, and you kind of want to get the grays in there. So drag the white down a little bit, and then you can go back up and move that around a little bit. Now, if it looks good that way, or you can flip it around, put the white on top. I think it looks a little bit better this way. Move that white out so you get just kind of a mirror looking gradient. It's not my number one option, but it'll work in a pinch. So you hit enter, and there you have it. Now you have what kind of looks like a mirror reflection in there. I think the first option with the replacement of something in the back looks a little bit better, but you have two options there. That is how to replace your mirror in your images. Hopefully this helps you all out. If you like it, follow me up, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.